Good morning everyone, what's happening, what's going on? Welcome back to another Bimmerzite video. My name is Rich, and as you may be able to tell already, this is no BMW. Just want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Alan at Tesla Motors in Milford. A few weeks ago I made a video called The End of Gas-Powered BMWs, and this just goes to show you that you can set some intentions and you can manifest things to come to fruition. And so in that video, I said, if anybody has access to an electric car, I would love to drive one. And I've never driven an electric car before. And it just so happens that after putting out that video, one of the subscribers is Alan, one of the sales professionals at Tesla in Milford, which is just one town over from where I live. So he reached out to me and said, hey, let's set up a test drive and basically welcome to the future. How awesome is that? So, a few weeks later, here I am sitting in a 2021 Tesla Model 3. This is the Standard Range Plus model, which is the base model. This is the most affordable Model 3 that you can purchase, and I am so excited to drive this car. I've just set up the GoPro here to capture this experience, and yeah, let's check out the car and go for a drive. So this morning I went over to Tesla and met with Alan, and he kind of walked me through the car a little bit, showed me how to turn it on, how to put it in drive, all of the basic things, and that's exactly what I needed. I asked a lot of questions, and to be honest, I wasn't sure exactly how to even open the door, turn the car on, any of those basic things that are just quite obvious in really any other car are not that obvious for me. But now here we are driving the car, and I gotta say the first thing that I noticed when you get in this car is when you put your hands on the steering wheel, it's not really a round steering wheel. The first thing you notice is that it sort of has like a squared off kind of sort of shape. Another first thing that I noticed, if you heard that chime that came on just now, I believe the cameras notice when the light turns green. So if you're looking down or looking at the camera talking, as soon as the light turns green, I believe the car notifies you that the light just changed, so it's time to get going. All right, so besides the steering wheel, what is the next thing that I notice when driving this car immediately is when you let off the throttle or the gas pedal, I guess it's the go pedal. You can no longer say gas pedal. When you let off the go pedal, you can feel that that regen. It's almost like you've also hit the brake at the same time. Wow, the brakes work incredibly well, and I suspect that the brakes work so well because unlike my 335i, which I drove here to test drive this car, where when you hit the brakes, you really only have the brakes as your braking power. Instead of this massive regenerative brake system that's also applying pressure to help you slow down. Now, the transmission in a gas-powered car like my E90 335 does sort of downshift and help you slow down, maybe a little bit, but it's not the same sort of force that the regenerative braking has when assisting the car in slowing down. This car also has very large front brakes all around. Even though it is the base model, it's not the performance model, which may have some stronger and larger brakes. I'm not sure, I'll have to check on that. But I can tell you that the initial feeling of how this car steers, how it accelerates, and how it stops does feel very comparable to my 335i with the Sport package. Of course, it is pure silence. There's no sort of turbo lag. There's no engine sound, and the suspension also feels quite sporty and stiff. It's pretty much on par, I would say, with if you were cross-shopping a new 3 Series BMW. As I drive the car around today, I'm noticing that from like a dead stop to putting your foot down and accelerating, the acceleration feels a little bit slower from a dead stop than it does if you're already at a rolling speed. And that may be true for pretty much any car. I think if you're already have some sort of inertia going, that it's easier to accelerate, especially depending on the type of car you're driving, for that engine to sort of pick up speed and put down the power. But from a dead stop, I think this car might be a little bit slower than, say, right now we're going 25 miles an hour, and if I put my foot in it, it definitely like puts you back in the seat. As you can see, my head bob like a rag doll here against the seat, which is pretty cool. Do you guys hear that? Me neither. Nothing. It's pure silence. Well, you can hear the little hum, like an electric, kind of a high-pitched whine of the electric motors, which sounds very futuristic. Sort of like Back to the Future style electric hum coming from the car, which I like. And I think this car produces, on the outside, when you're backing it up, it sort of produces a fake, like maybe through a speaker, some sort of electric hum noise, which is there basically to alert pedestrians and other people around to make sure that they don't get hit. Because if one of these cars is backing up, it is hard to hear. Unlike a gas-powered car, if you were walking and looking at your phone, you may not hear one of these coming. So I believe this car has it may produce a slight humming or electric noise from a speaker on the outside of the car when you're backing it up. As you can tell here, the dashboard is completely minimal. There's one giant vent, air vent, that goes across the dashboard, and then you have this beautiful large display like a giant iPad Pro. And this is how you control all of the settings on the car. Now I've just come to a rest, and how you put it in park is you just press this button here on this turn signal stalk. And so if you want to put it in reverse, you go all the way up with this handle here. And as soon as you do that, that sort of activates the rear backup cameras, and you can see, just see where you're going, because this car does have sort of a blind spot, when you're turning around to back up. Over here it's a little bit difficult to see out of the sides, but that's the price you pay for modern safety. And gotta say, the camera is excellent here. You can see from these side angles here as well as straight back. Then again, to put it in drive, we just go all the way down with this little stalk right here. Now we're in drive, and then to put it in park, you just press this button here. All right guys, here's a quick look at this car. Just took it down to the beach really quickly. Oh, I didn't even notice this. How cool is this? Check out the manufacturer plates from California. This is the 2021 Model 3 base model. And that's about all I can show you guys right now. I do have to bring this back. Oh, here's my key. And basically right here in the cup holder area, I'm just gonna go ahead and place this down. And I believe the car is on. We're just gonna go ahead and put it in reverse, and we'll head back to the dealer. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate the support. Happy holidays, Happy New Year. And I'm gonna return this car now and see what else I can get into.